Hello and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into a question that is absolutely critical if you're using AI at work. Are you sure you're following the right rules? Let's get into it. And just so you know, all the insights in this explainer come straight from Chapter 8 of the AI Security Foundations tutorial by Virtualization Options LLC. We're focusing squarely on organizational policies. So, let me ask you something directly. Do you really think you know all the rules for using AI where you work? I mean, you're probably using it to get more done, which is great, but are you positive you're doing it by the book? Because here's the catch. The single most important rule you need to follow probably isn't something you'd find in a generic tutorial online. Nope, it's much, much closer to home. And ignoring it, well, that could be a huge mistake. And that leads us right to this core issue, what we're calling the one-size-fits-none problem. You see, when we're talking about AI security, that generic cookie-cutter advice just isn't going to work. And you really got to understand the difference here. General guides, even explainers like this one, they're fantastic for getting a handle on typical situations. But your organization's own policy? That's your personal playbook. It's built specifically for your team's world with all its unique challenges. So why is it so different? Well, think about it. Your company has its own specific risk profile. It's probably operating under industry regulations you have to follow. You got contracts with clients, a specific set of approved tech, and the data you handle, it has its own unique level of sensitivity. No generic advice can possibly cover all of that. So it's time we stop thinking about that internal policy as just a long list of don'ts. We need to see it for what it is, your organization's official AI rulebook. It's literally your guide to using this tech the right way. And this is a really important mindset shift. The policy isn't there to stop you from using these amazing new tools. It's there to give you guardrails, a safe lane to drive in, so you can use AI with confidence without accidentally putting yourself or the whole company in a bad spot. It's actually a tool for empowerment. And let's be absolutely crystal clear on this point because the source material just nails it. Ignorance of policy is not a valid defense when security incidents occur. At the end of the day, it's on you to know the rules. I didn't know just won't cut it. Okay, so what's actually in this rulebook? Is it some 1,000-page document designed to confuse you? Almost certainly not. Most good policies are actually built around a few really clear key ideas. Let's break down the anatomy of a typical policy. First, you'll probably find a list of approved tools, the stuff security has already checked out and said is safe to use. Second, and this is crucial, data guidelines. These are the rules about what kind of information you can never put into an AI. Third, an approval process, what to do when you find a cool new tool. And finally, audit rules, basically how you need to document your AI usage so there's a record. All right, so we know what's in the rulebook. Now, how do we actually navigate it in our day-to-day jobs? Let's say you find a brand new, amazing AI tool that could totally change your workflow. What do? First off, don't just start using it. That's something called shadow IT, and it is a massive security risk. Instead, you follow the process. Step 1, figure out the real business need. How does this help? Step 2, get the basic info on the tool. Step 3, use the proper channels. Go through IT or your manager. And step 4, respect the decision. The security team isn't trying to be a roadblock. They're the experts paid to evaluate risk for the entire company. And you have to remember, some of us are working under even stricter rules. If you're in healthcare, you're dealing with HIPAA. In finance, you've got things like SOX. And beyond that, your contracts with clients or NDAs might flat out forbid you from sharing any of their data with a third-party AI, period. So now, let's talk about this serious stuff. What happens when these rules get broken? Because we're not just talking about a slap on the wrist here. The cost of a policy violation can be incredibly high. And the impact is felt everywhere. For you, the individual, it could mean anything from disciplinary action to getting fired to having a black mark on your career for years. And for the organization, the fallout can be absolutely catastrophic. Huge fines, massive data breaches, losing valuable intellectual property, and just completely destroying its reputation. And that really gets to the core of it, right? What might seem like a tiny shortcut, a single moment of carelessness on your part, can explode into a full-blown crisis for the entire company. That's a heavy responsibility. And beyond all the immediate disasters, breaking the rules has this other, cultural cost. It destroys trust. And you know what happens then? Leadership has no choice but to lock things down, with even tighter, more frustrating controls for everybody.
So following the rules isn't just about protecting yourself. It's about helping keep the work environment flexible and open for all your colleagues too.
Which brings us right to the final and I think the most important question. After hearing all this, do you actually know where to find your organization's AI rulebook? If the answer is no, or even I think so, make finding it your number one priority today. Read it, understand it, and follow it. Honestly, your career and your company's future could really depend on it. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.